can see in Work Together 5-3 is we have a journal. And what we have in Section 5-3 is recording dishonored checks, electronic fund transfers, and debit card purchases. Pretty much what we have is things that are affecting our bank account that we haven't written a check for, and how do we journalize it? Okay, dishonored checks. Okay, dishonored checks are checks that were written by a customer to us, the business, that bounced. Okay. Any businesses that accept checks run into that issue. For example, yesterday I brought my son into Sports Clips in Green Bay, and he got a haircut, and they have a sign there saying that they don't accept checks because they have a harder time knowing that people have money in their account when you use a check versus a debit card. And oftentimes, if they do accept checks, what they do is they actually transfer that into an electronic funds transfer right at the time that they issue the check. They have a system set up, and they know right away if your check is good or not. But we're going to say that, you know, Libby is our customer, and she came in and she wrote us a check, and then it bounced. Now, here's the issue. Libby wrote us a check for $20, but we're going to have to pay a fee because we tried to cash Libby's check and there wasn't enough money in there. So the business itself is going to get charged. Now, how much are we going to make Libby pay back? Are we going to make her just pay $20? Make her pay the fee as well, and probably even more? Because, well, that's a lot of additional paperwork and time and effort that our business has to go through on that. So that's why a lot of times you're going to go into businesses and you're going to see NSF charges, non-sufficient funds, and they'll see signs saying there if you have a non-sufficient fund charge, you will be charged $35 from that business. And here's the catch-22. We're going to charge Libby, let's say we're going to charge her $30. Her bank is also going to charge her approximately $30. So she has $60 in fees on top of the check for $20. Do you see how it really quickly escalates and snowballs? So what we have to do is we have to journalize the fact that the original $20 in our previous journal statement had gone through and recorded it as a cash debit. But we really don't have that money, do we? So we're going to have to do a cash credit of $20 plus the service fee. Okay? So that's going to be the first type of transaction we'll do. Like an EFT, EFT stands for an electronic funds transfer. Basically, the money is just transferring electronically, kind of like you're using PayPal. You don't physically write out a check. More and more transactions are done that way, and as well as a third type of transaction using a debit card. And we know when we use a debit card, do you have to sign when you use a debit card?
No.
What do you have to put in? Your PIN. Okay? Typically, you have to have a 4-digit number for your PIN to put in, and then you can use a debit card. Okay? And a debit card, again, basically goes through and takes money out of your account and pays that vendor immediately. Versus a credit card, you get a statement at the end of the month that they will show how much money you owe the credit card company, not the vendor. So you will see debit card transactions will actually say Kunin's or Don's or Sissy's or Dairy Queen, the actual vendor, and then that money went to them versus a credit card statement, you're going to see that you'll just pay one amount to the credit card company. So, first transaction, received a notice from the bank of a dishonored check from Christopher Icola for $63 plus $10 fee, total $73, memorandum 121. So what we have to do is we have to put in a date. This is going to be the 15th, and this is going to be accounts receivable, Christopher Icola. Source document M121. Now, how much money does Christopher owe us total? $73. So it's going to be general debit. That will be how we affect accounts receivable. And we have to do a cash credit of $73 because that's how much money just came out of our checking account. Because we originally deposited $63 and then the bank took an additional $10 out. So it is going to be a cash credit of $73. So now it's back on the books that Christopher owes us $73. The 16th, paid cash on account to Spinzoza Enterprises, $135 using EFT Memorandum 122. So I'm going to put in the date of the 16th. And then what am I purchasing? Supplies. Doesn't matter. I'm not buying on an account, am I? Oh, paid cash on account. Sorry, I was way off. That's my Monday morning. I'm paying on an account. I'm wrong. You guys are right. M122. So I'm paying. So the amount that I owe accounts payable Spinoza Enterprises is going down by 135, and cash credit 135. I apologize. The 17th. Purchase supplies for $31 using a debit card, Memorandum 123. So basically, what am I purchasing on this one? Supplies. I was one row ahead of myself. And then source document M123 for $31. Should be able to check that answer today. And we are good to go. Go ahead and try on your own. As you can see, relatively easy one, pulling us together for Work Together 5-3, taking a look at recording dishonored checks, electronic fund transfers, and debit cards.